Okay, so You People has recently dropped on Netflix, the latest movie to captivate its audience by telling a comprehensive and fulfilling story that has just the right amount of edginess to keep us satisfied. Am I right? Didn't think so. You People tries its best to be a socially aware, culturally appropriate comedy romance film, yet still manages to fall short on all these aspects. Sometimes, less really is more. If you want a breakdown of how this movie fails to appropriately explore interracial relationships, or how it's systematically racist, go watch any other YouTube video on this movie. Seriously, they break it down a lot better than I would. My main problem with You People, pun intended, is two-part. The comedy and the romance. How did they get this so wrong? The film does have a sense of humour, but we can only hear the same jokes so many times before it loses its comedic effect and becomes repetitive. Exhibit A.
I don't think I've heard of a man ever who wanted to be in a relationship so badly besides Drake. And I'm talking Views Drake.
I feel like Views Drake.
Exhibit B.
I need you to dig deep down in that little Jewish body of yours and pull out CLB Drake, okay?
And Exhibit C.
I'm literally Take Care Drake.
And Exhibit D.
Because you're not even giving me Take Care Drake. You're giving me Houston, Atlanta, Vegas Drake. I'm talking crying over...
You get the point. Look, I think it lands the first time. It's a bit funny, and I'll give it some credit. I did let out a bit of a nose laugh. But at what point do you look in the mirror and just say, enough? And boy, I wish this was the only occurrence of repetitive humour. From the You Guys skit.
We need your guy's number. Your guy.
What guy?
Ed, what are you talking about? You definitely have a guy.
I don't have a guy.
You have a guy.
To, what's the name of this song?
What's the title of this song?
What is it?
It's unclear why You People continues to recycle the same jokes over and over again in the same scene. Perhaps it's easier to repeat the same material than to create something new. Either way, it's just lazy writing. On top of this, the over-exaggerated portrayal of characters like Shally and Akbar is super awkward. More often than not, it's just difficult to watch them continue being ignorant in almost every setting. Seriously, no one can be this obnoxious. I can accept this level of over-the-top comedy in a well-written romantic film, as they are known to go down this route for a bit of comedic relief. But this relies on it actually being a well-written romantic film. You People can't even get this aspect right. The premise of Ezra searching for a relationship so hopelessly that he is willing to take relationship advice from his ill-advised mother just proves that he doesn't know what he wants. And then after one bad date, he finds a mirror, someone who doesn't laugh at his ambitions nor treats him like garbage. You know, the bare minimum. And instead of exploring why Ezra loves and wants to marry this woman, we are given a time jump where we are supposed to fill in these gaps ourselves. There is no foundation in their relationship, a crucial element of any rom-com movie. In any other genre, this would be insignificant, but if you are building it as a romantic comedy, we expect romance and actual comedy. We then get to the big dispute, the breakup, blah blah, usual rom-com tropes. Flash forward and we are told both Ezra and Amira, after 3 months apart, are supposedly ready to give it another go. Not just the relationship, but the whole marriage. Why? We have seen nothing to indicate these two are made for each other. In fact, this movie keeps giving us more and more reasons to believe they are better off apart. From their family disputes, to their lack of chemistry, Amara's need for independence, Ezra's eagerness to be in a relationship. I can't excuse all this simply because they had a bit of friendly banter at the beginning of the film. It just feels like the writers wanted this type of happy ending, and even if it's illogical, it's what's supposed to happen in these type of movies. You know, to make you feel good. For all the character development that Ezra went through, from him finally realizing that he deserves better than what he is getting. It's a shame to see this be undone, all to appease to the standards it had incorrectly set for itself. If you want us to root for Ezra and Amira, we need to believe they would be better off together. Otherwise, do the humour better, so we don't have to care about the romance aspect of the film. As a rom-com, 2.5 out of 5 stars. Now let's talk about the culture. How is it that Ezra's mum looks like this? Seriously, when you saw Shelley for the first time, tell me you didn't also think she was Ezra's sister. They look the exact same age. Kudos to Julia for still looking 40 at 60. But seriously, I just don't buy them as a mother and son. It just seems odd. Every time I see them together, I question who thought it would be a good idea to have this be this person's son. But hey, I guess it's consistent with Shelley's persona. If you enjoyed this movie review of You People, be sure to check out my latest review of Glass Onion. See you next time.
So I guess Hyen sent whatever looks like me since we all look alike.
I mean, honestly, you guys are twins.
Oh my God, wait, she really does look like me.